So, Marvel's Wolverine next trailer, first PlayStation 6 teaser and details on the tech, and Sony X FromSoftware news. Those are stories we're going to cover today, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. First, yes or no, are you going to get the PlayStation 6 day one or not? We're going to be talking about the next generation console and some exciting stuff for it, but before that, I want to know if you guys intend on getting the console launch day like myself. So comment below, yes or no, if you're going to get the PS6 day one or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Sony X FromSoftware news. Reading from gamesindustry.biz, Sony's increasing its stake in Kadokawa Corporation, which will make it the FromSoftware parent company's biggest shareholder. The company announced a strategic capital and business alliance agreement, which will see Sony acquiring more than 12 million new shares in Kadokawa on January 7, 2025 for around 50 billion yen or 318 million US dollars. Added to the Kadokawa shares that the PlayStation firm previously acquired in February 2021, this will give Sony approximately 10% stake in the company. Sony already owns a 14% stake in Elden Ring developer FromSoftware, which is owned by Kadokawa. The agreement goes beyond the sale of shares. The two companies are planning to work together in future on a number of joint projects, including adapting some of Kadokawa's IP into live-action films and TV dramas, co-producing anime works, and expanding the publishing and distribution for both Kadokawa's anime and video games. The news comes after Sony indicated interest in acquiring Kadokawa Corporation at the end of last month. So I think this is probably the best current approach for both companies, because we heard that Kadokawa was trying to fight off a takeover by another mobile company, I believe, from South Korea. So Sony stepped in to kind of stop that whole situation. Kadokawa wanted Sony to buy the entire company, but Sony only wanted parts. So this seems to be the middle ground for both companies. The part that's also interesting to me is it sounds like Sony will be publishing more games from FromSoftware, which to me would be surprising to see those games on Xbox. My original theory was that even if Sony did buy the entirety of Kadokawa, games will remain multi-platform and Sony would have some exclusives like they already have done in the past with FromSoftware with Bloodborne and Demon's Souls. But now I'm curious if Sony will publish a game and also release it on Xbox. PS5 and PC will be a thing for sure, but let's see how this goes. And if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community on our way to 150,000 subscribers. Now, diving into the second story of the video, the next Wolverine trailer reveal. So we've been waiting for a new Wolverine trailer for a while now. The game was originally revealed way back in 2021, and we're pretty much about to enter 2025, which is crazy that it's been more than 3 years since that original trailer. Original rumors had Wolverine potentially releasing in late 2024 or early 2025. Then, of course, we had the Insomniac leak last year, which it looked like Wolverine could release in 2025 or even 2026, which would be crazy considering the game was originally revealed in 2021, meaning by 2026 it would have been in development for 5 years, when this originally was not meant to be a game as big as something like Spider-Man, but maybe things have changed during development. We heard most recently that Sony was gearing up to show more of Wolverine soon. This came from known leaker Kura Cases. Everyone at the time was looking forward to the Game Awards 2024 being the place that we might see this new trailer, or even a surprise state of play from Sony right before the Game Awards, considering the show, the Game Awards itself, was taking place later than normal. Obviously, none of that happened. Kura Cases has come back once again to say this on the topic. What's up with Wolverine? Honestly, I don't know. It's possible I misinterpreted the information and jumped to the wrong conclusions, or maybe they are actually preparing to release new details soon and I was just wrong about when that would happen. I did say in the original post that it's hard for me to determine when that might happen, and this year was just a guess. I wouldn't be surprised if something happened early next year, January/February, but yeah, maybe I just got it all wrong. So I do remember him and others, including myself, just guessing at the Game Awards potentially being the spot where we see this new trailer. So let's hope in early 2025 Sony shows it off at a state of play. Then they usually have them in January, February, sometimes, rarely in March. So January and February probably is when we could get another state of play. I would hope at this point Wolverine is not far from release. But you guys let me know if you think Wolverine is a 2025 or 2026 release. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, the first PlayStation 6 teaser and tech discussion. So the PlayStation 6 is still a few years out, but that didn't stop Mark Cerny from pretty much teasing it and the future tech of PlayStation. So recently, Mark Cerny had a breakdown video about the PlayStation 5 Pro, and in that video, he pretty much teased the future of PlayStation and AMD as well. Sony and AMD are partnering up even closer than they did before to produce the future of hardware machine learning. I was looking to summarize Mark Cerny's statement, but I think it's just best to read out what he said. He said this: "We have exciting news to share. We have begun a deeper collaboration with AMD. For the project name, we're taking a hint from AMD's Red and PlayStation's Blue. The code name is Amethyst. With Amethyst, we've started another long journey and are combining our expertise with two goals in mind. The first goal is a more ideal architecture for machine learning, something capable of generalized processing of neural networks, but particularly good at the lightweight CNNs needed for game graphics. We're focusing on achieving that holy grail of fully fused networks. In going after this, we're combining the lessons AMD has learned from its multi-generational RDNA roadmap and SIE has learned from the custom work in the PlayStation 5 Pro. But ML use in games should not and cannot be restricted to graphics libraries. We're working towards a democratization of machine learning, something accessible that allows direct work in AI and ML by game developers, both for graphics and gameplay. Amethyst is not about proprietary technology for PlayStation. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Through this technology collaboration, we're looking to support broad work in machine learning across a variety of devices. The other goal is to develop in parallel a set of high-quality CNNs for game graphics. Both SIE and AMD will independently have the ability to draw from this collection of neural networks and training strategies. These components should be key in increasing the richness of game graphics, as well as enabling more extensive use of ray tracing and path tracing. We're looking forward to keeping you posted throughout, and we anticipate a multi-year collaboration." So this is clearly for the PlayStation 6, and there are a few interesting things here. They're working on a better version of hardware machine learning, which is something Sony started working on with the PlayStation 5 Pro, and they're combining that with lightweight CNNs. I had to look up what that meant, and CNN stands for Convolution Neural Networks, which is used for graphics and image processing, so something like PSSR or enhanced ray tracing. Gameplay as well, so better NPCs, more intelligent NPCs in the world. Procedural content generation, which is something we see in No Man's Sky, for example, and how it generates the worlds in that universe. And motion capture / animation, enhancing that as well. They're working on building this across a variety of devices, so I wonder if this is also about the PSP3. Scaling of games is a big factor going forward, and enhancing visuals using machine learning is also a big key to relieve GPUs to make room for increased performance, and you want decent performance on the PSP3 as well. Mark also mentioning path tracing is amazing because that's an elevated version of ray tracing from my understanding, and it improves lighting a lot to make the world even more realistic than what normal ray tracing would do, and you can see examples of that on the internet right now on PC. So PlayStation 6 and PSP3 could have very solid machine learning tech on them, and I wouldn't be surprised if Sony gets a deal on all of this since they're working on AMD with the whole situation, making the consoles maybe potentially less expensive than they could be if they weren't working with AMD to develop all of this. Mark Cerny also stated in that video that new generations take about 7 or so years to make, so he's pretty much stating that the PlayStation 6 is a 2027 or 2028 release, which we've heard from leaks already as well, but it's nice to hear it from him. But you guys let me know if you're excited to see how machine learning helps with the PlayStation 6 or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with the next generation is coming. So now with the PlayStation 5 Pro out and about and people have it, come next year and going forward, the PlayStation 6 is going to be more in the discussion, more in the conversation. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. If you are as well, destroy the comment section with the next generation is coming, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.